So what's going through my head right now?
You lost something.
Lost something, right? So that's you're reading my mind. You're observing some actions. I'm looking for something. You
Right.
can infer that, and because you understand that my behaviors are not random, they're generated by intentions and desires and needs. You are assuming, oh, the reason he's looking in his pockets and looking around, there's got to be a reason. What's a reasonable explanation for that? Well, he's obviously looking for something.
Right.
Depending on the context, if I was standing at my car door and looking in my bag and in my pockets, you'd say, oh, he lost his keys. You could make pretty good inferences about that.
Right.
That's all mind reading refers to, is the ability to make guesses or inferences about what is driving someone else's behavior.
Right. Okay. But okay. So this is really interesting. I actually inadvertently, I almost feel like you just made a case in favor of mirror neurons here,
Okay?
because I know what you just did now. But when you started searching your pockets, I actually thought for a second and a half maybe that, oh, he's looking for something to prove this anecdote he's going to tell me, or as you know. And then I'm like, oh yeah, of course. So there's like a meta level to that. And I try it. So I dabble in acting on the side as well, and I have a reading partner, and this is something most actors will recognize. So you go over your lines, you rehearse, and at one point your reading partner says, what are you doing? And you're like, what do you mean, what am I doing? You forget for a second that's just one of the lines. But he or she delivers it in such a credible manner that you're just torn out of what you're doing. And that's what you just did to me.
Yeah.
So excellent acting chops. But that's a side note. But but that could be, like, you see where I'm going with this? Could that be mirror neurons? Sort of distracting me from the what's really going on here, you making a point.
Well, let's think about it. So let's just apply the mirror neuron theory. So the first thing I do is I tap my chest and I
right.
flip
Okay,
up my
yeah,
pocket.
I can already see. So I want to tap my chest.
Yeah. So and is that, if you simulated that action in your brain, does that help you understand what I'm doing? No,
I mean, maybe it did, because no, I don't know. I guess it's, yes, simulating is a stretch probably.
So in these cases where we have, you've done the same thing. You've looked in a shirt pocket, and you can imagine, oh, that might work. But suppose you've watched me do something that you've never done before. Think of anything. You can think of, do you surf? Question for you.
I've tried it, but
okay.
I'm not a surfer.
Suppose you hadn't. I've surfed all my life. Suppose you're watching me out in the water and I'm sitting on my board, and then I flip my board around and start paddling. Suppose you've never done that before.
Right.
Do you need to imagine you sitting on a board? Does your motor system need to simulate all those actions for you to understand that I'm trying to catch a wave?
I mean, it's a rhetorical question, of course, but yeah, I see where you're going.
And then you can think of other examples. So take the case where you can simulate the action perfectly. So that an example I use is, imagine we have a cup sitting here. So here's a cup, and I have we just grab here's another prop. So here I have a cup, and here I have this. Right. And I start doing this, right?
Right.
Okay, so now you simulate that action. Just simulate you can pretend you're simulating that action. So what does it mean? What is that? So you've simulated the action. What does it actually mean?
I mean, there's a retrieval of information, or...
what am I doing here?
Yeah, you're not pouring, but that's the thing you trigger.
But wait. So we'll just do a live demo here. Exact same motor actions.
Now don't do it. You're ruining your coffee.
I know, it's going to be a little watered down, but for science.
Right.
So this action was the same from your motor standpoint. If you simulated those two actions, in one case, it leads to pouring and watery coffee, and in another case, it leads to kind of silly, something else that's not pouring.
Right.
If this was empty and I wasn't pouring, it's not pouring.
It's
Or
not pouring,
if we're
right?
thinking about it from the perspective of the cup, it's filling, not pouring. Um,
Sure.
if you told me not to do it, you did. You told me not,
I
don't
did.
do
Yeah.
it. That's defying. It's a,
Right,
so
right,
in other words,
right.
the understanding doesn't come from the movements. All you're doing is simulating movements. Then all you're getting is an understanding of rotation. And
Right.
that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about understanding intentions.
I'm going to ask for 34 seconds of your time to listen to my pitch here. Have you ever wanted to start an online business? Well, ClickFunnels is a one-stop solution where you can build product pages, sales pages, accept payments, manage domains, create powerful marketing campaigns, and even send out your products. It truly is a one-stop solution for your business empire. I've used it since 2017, and you can try it for free for 14 days. Just click my referral link below. And even if you just go for the free trial, you can spend that time studying all their video courses. You can actually gain a significant knowledge about sales and online marketing strategies just by using their free resources. And it's all very tangible and practical. Again, please use my link in the show notes below. Cheers.